Hi, this is a review of the order trading system activity for August the 2nd, 2021. We had 5 trades on that day, 3 were buys and 2 were short sells. First trade was ERYP. That's Eritech Pharma SA, tripped at 11:55:27 a.m. and it was a short sell. It closed the day at 6:45, up 1.26% and is up 2.64% this morning. So this stock definitely reverted. Let's see if there's any opportunity here. Otherwise, this will be a dead end. Yeah. So roughly around here, 602, 591, 598, 598, 590, 598, 597, 591. Yeah, it's interesting. This period of time here, which is probably at least an hour to an hour and a half. Well, here, 11:55, 11:55, 11:55, roughly to 2 o'clock. So actually, almost 2 hours here between, late morning, early afternoon period. It was down below its tripping price for that period of time, which to me is a good possibility of getting out. And you can see at the end of the day or late afternoon, it recovered, which is interesting. The stock moving down. OBV, not much there. It's jumping back and forth actually. So he's not concretely negative, and at the end of the day, it definitely was not. MACD shows that it came down, and you can see that it steadily climbed for the rest of the afternoon. So averages were moving up pretty much after it tripped. DI was down for a good portion. It was actually down till 2 o'clock, which actually kind of like mimics the price activity. So DI, it's almost half and half on DI for directional index, but you can see it recovered quite strongly at the end of the day, and see Bollinger Band. Yeah, it shows that steady decline to around the 2 p.m. and thing, and then again that recovery we see that would happen. So stock was moving negative, but then afternoon period it recovered and started moving positive. So the stock ended moving positive. Next trade is ETSY. That's Etsy Incorporated. Tripped at 1:05:19 p.m. and it was a buy. Well, 192.01. It was a buy. It closed the day at 188.89, up 2.93%. So it's up. 105. Yeah. 192.26. 191. Yeah. Unfortunately, that was a blocking price. It looks like it tripped right around its technically its holding price and would not go above it. And you see, at the end of the day, it actually reverted and started going downwards. So that definitely is not a positive. Let's check to see what the indicators are saying. Okay, yeah, we can see OBV. You see this end of day here where it started moving down. MACD came up, and it looks like MACD in the afternoon period it started moving down. DI was okay in the morning, early afternoon period, and then late afternoon period closing and went down. And Bollinger Band, same thing. It showed that steady incline. At least the Bollinger Band shows it somewhat of a leveled out kind of presentation. It looks like it was moving up, and then you see the mid-afternoon moving sideways a little bit, and the end of the day it came down a bit. So I can't say this is a positive. The stock itself is it's just not showing any positive results near the end of the day closing activity. So I'm going to have to say that's negative for that, even though the stock looked like it was moving fairly strongly positive. Next trade is KDMN, and that's Cadman Holdings Incorporated, tripped at 1:35:10 p.m. at a price of 4.32. It was a buy. It closed the day at 4.31, up 14.63%, and it's coming down a bit, 2.32% early morning here. Let's see, 135, 437, 430, 429. Yeah. And again, that tripping price was a holding pattern or holding price range. It would not go above it. That's a standard, stock kind of. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Let's check the indicators. OB even looks good. Looks like a constant rise. MACD looks good. Rise, roughly, yeah, rise when it tripped and then came down a bit. But again, like I've been saying, MACD, it's normal for it to jump up and down like that. But you see the end of day, late afternoon, it started to recover, moving up again. DI, you see, came up in this period here in the afternoon where it was moving a little bit negative, but you see price range not drastically, and it started to come up and bottom and came up. So this definitely is a possible. The stock is definitely showing that it was moving positive on a fairly regular basis. It did have a couple of jumps mid-afternoon and late afternoon, so it does appear that stock is moving positive. So I'll consider that a possible at the end of the day. Next trade is INO. That's Inovio Pharmaceuticals Incorporated, tripped at 1:55:35 p.m. at a price of 8.78. It's a buy. It closed the day at 8.59, up 2.26%, and you can see it's up 0.81% early morning here. So this is a interesting one, 151. Yeah, look. Same type of thing as the other two stocks we saw before. It went up and then wasn't able to maintain it, so we caught it at its basically at its peak price, I guess, for the day, and then you can see it came down. In the day, it looks like it was moving negative. OBV is not too bad. You see MACD came up, and you see this MACD showing that decline, end of day decline. DI came up and then decline, DI showing actually more negative movement than positive. In Bollinger Band, be okay except for this aspect at the end of the day period here, it's moving down, so I can't consider that a positive. It's for me, that's a negative. There's no opportunity there in general. Next trade is CLNE. That's Clean Energy Fuels Corporation. Tripped at 3:15:22 p.m. Price is 7.51. It was a short sell. Closed the day at 7.34, down 2.26%. But you can see it's actually almost recovered that early morning. So definitely this would have been a stock you would have had to get out of, obviously, because early morning is showing that it's recovering. But anyways, it's still positive, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, an OBV, yeah, showing this end of day drop. MACD, actually MACD, look, it shows that it was moving positive fairly strongly for the afternoon period. Late afternoon is where it dropped. And DI showing again, it was actually positive quite strongly. It was moving positive. Yeah, it's this period here where it's showing us, and it was showing actually DI wise is showing fairly strongly positive in the afternoon, and just turned around and went strongly negative. So it's interesting that stock was moving heavily positive, and right after it, it's moving negative. So these are definitely question marks about what's happening with that stock or what's happening in the market in general. Market yesterday was up and down a bit, and at the end of the day it was showing negative movement, so maybe that's what we're seeing as a result of market activity. Anyways, that's all the stocks, and we've only had 2 out of 5 stocks that were positive, so that's only 40%, and 4 out of 5 stocks possible. That's 80%. So in general, it's one of those. This would be one of those difficult days because obviously, the opportunities is much lower than normal that you've seen on the system itself. But again, the possible stocks brought it up quite a bit to 80%, which I'm happy about, and they did look like a couple of them were showing actually. Well, yeah, we're showing. Well, actually, there's only one possible. That stock that was showing that it looked to be fairly positive movement in general. So, actually, no, that's I said 80%. It's not 80%. It's 3 out of 5. That's my mistake. Equals 3 divided by 5. 60%. Okay. So 40% positive, 60% possible. Not a great day, but again, not a terrible day. I'll leave it at that. Thank you.